Like my witchy nails, they're grown out. I gotta get them like redone. Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. It's me, Ali. It's been a little while. We've had a few ups and downs, haven't we? In the land of Ali. But I'm here now. I've decided I have a couple of videos I want to do topics on, to be honest. It's just like me talking about stuff. Like if you guys are interested. I closed my readings again, but they will be open again soon. I'll put all social links down below if you want to check that out. But anyway, yeah, there's been a few things on my mind that I want to talk about, like manifestation, witchy things, if you guys are into that, hence my nails, like I showed at the beginning of the video. But no, there are things I want to talk about, and one of the things that got requested, actually, my friend Blaine requested it, if I could do a video on my spirit box story. So I'm going to do that. I don't know if you actually requested it, Blaine. I think I just saw it and I was like, oh yeah, I'll make that into a video. But my thing with spirit boxes and Ouija boards is I don't touch those, okay? And there's a very good reason. So the reason I don't touch Ouija boards and spirit boxes is because that was the first thing that my father ever taught me. My father does have some level of psychic ability. I'm not going to go into that, but it was one of the first things he taught me. Don't ever touch a Ouija board, because he's, been privy or, sort of had a session with one before. Nothing bad happened, but it's just very like, it's kind of like, with a Ouija board, it is a doorway, and it's like you've got a door and you're just opening the door to whoever's coming in. And that's why I take it very seriously. Like even with haunted dolls or anything like that, if people make a mockery of it, that does kind of like piss me off, because I'm like, it is very serious. Like you can't just be, I'm a bit too much of a nag, but you have to really call upon your protection when you're doing those sorts of things, and actually do your research before you do it. Because if you just go into a Ouija board for a laugh and think it's all fun and games, I'll be honest, things can and will attach themselves to you. That's just how it works, because spirit sees an opportunity to communicate. But spirit can be anything from really good spirits to really shitty people. Okay, so it's about being aware, which as a baby spiritualist a few years back, I didn't really take this as seriously as I should have done, and that's what we're going to talk about today. So, I was scrolling through Twitter, as one does. I refuse to call it X. I'm so sorry, Elon, but you will have to pry the name Twitter out of my cold dead hands. And so I'm scrolling through Twitter, and I seen a mutual of mine did a spirit box, and I was like, okay, that's cool. I know that I'm protected, which we'll come back to later. I know I'm protected, so I can probably do one of those. I just tell my guides to look after me, like it'll be fine, and my intention was that I wanted to talk to family. And I'm genuinely not doing this to scare anybody. Like, it's just my experience. Like, once you get used to it and you know how to protect yourself, most spiritual things aren't scary. But anyway, so I get this spirit box app on my phone, and I'm sort of like, I ask my guides, like, I just say, you're going to protect me. Like, it's going to be all good. And I do my little, like, please protect me. But I probably didn't do it as well as I should have done. And I should have shut it off immediately, but I'm asking it questions, and I'm asking about certain relatives, and I'm getting things for privacy. I'm not going to go into what those things are, but they're very specific things to my family, like how people died. So basically what happens is you ask it something and spirit will come back to you with text to speech. So it will just start talking, kind of like those, I don't know if you've ever seen them, but you know the pet boards when the dog stands on the tile and like it says a word like walk, like the dog will just stand on it. It's kind of like that. It's just like a really easy way to explain it, okay? Probably not the best analogy. But it started saying, you know, really like personal stuff. That's obviously my family, because I've asked my family to come in and help me. And sorry if you hear any noise in the background, guys. The grass is just getting mowed. So sorry if this is really loud. But basically, like, there was a lot of private stuff that just randomly came through in words, and it started to freak me out because of how accurate it was. But I knew my family was with me, and it did move me, and I was very excited and very happy. Now, the problem is that even though my family is there, and I know for a fact they're with me, other things are also there as well. So it started to take a bit of a turn, and it started to say things like, you know, for YouTube purposes, let's just say it alluded to some things that were not very nice. It started to allude to some things that were not very nice to do with, you know, hurting oneself around the neck area, if you know what I mean, like certain tools that would be used around the neck area. If you don't know what I mean, I'm referring to, you know, taking oneself out, right? Like I don't know what YouTube is like with this kind of stuff, so I'm going to be vague, but you can put two and two together, right? So it started to freak me out, and I was like, okay, goodbye, I'm shutting this down. I don't really want you to have access to me anymore. Goodbye. And as I shut it down, like I was very clear, like I did not want anything to come and talk to me. Like I was done. Okay, that started to freak me out. So I turned it off, deleted the app, and I started to feel like I was being watched. And this feeling didn't leave me. It was like someone was stood behind me, and I didn't like it. Everywhere I went, the rest of that afternoon into evening, I felt like something was with me. So I, being, you know, sort of knowledgeable, but obviously I still had a lot to learn, but being knowledgeable, I said, okay, I'll go down and I'll grab the amethyst, okay, because I had an amethyst on my windowsill. I had all my crystals out on my windowsill at that time. I keep them sort of under, not lock and key, but in a sort of locked box thing, just for privacy reasons. I don't charge them as much as I should. Look, I'm a terrible crystal girly, okay? I know I'm supposed to charge them. But anyway, they were on the windowsill at the time, and I went to grab it. And as I went to grab it, I was sort of looking at the window at my reflection, because I get very easily distracted. I don't know why, I just do. Like I think I was just in my head about it. And as I'm looking out the window, I literally, you know when someone is whispering in your ear, right? Like, you know how it sounds when someone is whispering. But the whispering was, like, incomprehensible. So it was, like, really fast whispering. Like, someone is talking like this, like, it's really fast and incomprehensible, like, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so it's in my ear like this, chattering away. And I'm like, what is that? Because it's kind of like a flat male voice. It sounds like a masculine tone to me. Okay, so it's whispering in my ear, like I can hear it for a few seconds. And then suddenly, I don't know, I'm so confused. I swear, no one was there. I'm in the room by myself, like my parents are down the other end of the house. Something tapped my shoulder, and I was like, no. And I bolt, and I mean, I'm good with it now, but I am somewhat good with it. I still have some fears, but I bolted out of my room. I'm going down the hall, zooming in the wheelchair. I don't know why I'm doing the running motion. I'm zooming in the wheelchair. I go, Dad, and I'm like sobbing, like I'm crying, like I am so disturbed. And Dad goes, what's wrong? And I go, Dad, there's this thing. And I put the spirit box, and I like explained to him what I'd done. And he's like, well, that will teach you then, won't it? Like it's obviously, you've obviously brought something in. And that's that, like, the thing about my dad is he's kind of like, you know, you brought it on yourself and it was a silly thing to do. And he told me, and I know I should have listened to that, and I've always listened to that since then. But I was very disturbed by the whole ordeal. But I realized that I should have been less silly, and I should have really researched before I did what I did. And hopefully that teaches other people not to do it as well. So how I got out of it, okay, here's the thing. So I believe that people are always divinely protected anyway, but it's just you do have to learn lessons, and that was a lesson that I had to learn. No, the way I got rid of it was I asked Spirit for it to be gone, and then it was gone that night. Like, it just left, and I knew that it had left. And so you can always call on divine protection, okay, guys? Like, it's not hopeless, but I would recommend, if you're ever going to mess with anything spiritual and you're not sure, don't do it. Like, only do anything spiritual if you're 100% sure and if you know you can protect yourself. So some things I would highly recommend, highly, find a stone like tourmaline. Black tourmaline is really good. Amethyst. And also use sage to cleanse. Some people use Palo Santo. I use like incense usually to cleanse, just normal incense, or usually just crystals really. But some people are very into saging. Like, if you're into that, like if that resonates with you and you feel cool to do that, then do that. I would also say, just because, not to be a nag, but just to spread some information, some people say that sage is, it's unethically harmful. So another alternative that has been proposed to sage is guava leaves, which is like super interesting. You can obviously use sage if you want. It's your life. Nobody's going to penalize you, but just something to bear in mind. Sage and guava leaves can both be used to like do cleansing. I'm not sure about the actual anybody who's used guava leaves, let me know. I don't know. I guess it's all intention. If you believe that sage and guava leaves are going to work, then they'll work. But yeah, that's just a little tidbit of knowledge I have. All that to say, I don't ever want people to be afraid of spiritual stuff. I don't think they should be. I think spirits just communicate on a different frequency, and like, we're not used to it. Like, I've been taught that by quite a few people, and like, I've seen shadow figures and stuff, and just realizing that it's because I'm perceiving them on a different frequency, which is why they come across as dark figures to me. Like, obviously, there can be figures with malicious intent, but they're normally in the second dimension, which I'm not going to go into. There's like 12 different dimensions, or multiple. There's multi-dimensions out there, right? But I'm not going to go into that. But yeah, like, not all dark looking figures are bad, you know what I mean, that look like a shadow are bad. It's just how you perceive them, and I don't think that spirit meant me any harm. It just wanted to say hi. I've had another instance like that where I was woken up in the middle of the night at like 4 a.m, and to the low whispering in my ear again, and then it banged something on the end of my bed. Scared the living daylights out of me, but this is the thing. I'm a practitioner, and I still get a little freaked out from time to time. That's okay, alright, guys? Like, it is okay to be sort of afraid of the unknown, but as long as you do the right things and know that you are divinely protected, then it's all good, okay? Like, so I hope you guys have a very happy Halloween, because it's near Halloween when I'm filming this video. I hope you found this helpful and informative, but I hope it did sort of scare you straight, okay? Don't use a tool if you don't know how to use it, and you're using it to have a bit of a laugh, and you're not treating it as sacred, okay? Just really take care of yourselves, and don't get into silly mischief, okay? Bye, guys. I'll see you next time.